Hello, Bucks fans. Welcome back to Real Bucks Talk. In today's video, I want to focus on the cornerback position for the Buccaneers. I know that's been a big topic as far as the Buccaneers secondary goes, and what are they going to do to upgrade or improve that area of their defense? Because last year it was definitely a weakness. Obviously, went through tons of injuries. Guys were missing games. Jamel Dean is the one that comes up a lot with Bucks fans and on this channel as well. We've already talked about potentially targeting free agent Charvarius Ward from San Francisco, a corner that can make a lot of plays on the ball, has been really good in his career and fits the Buccaneers defense as a cover three type of corner, can also play man coverage, can play in zone, and just make plays on the football. That's the biggest thing. And I think he's the one that could obviously have a very big bounce back year. So maybe the Buccaneers target him, and be sure to check out that video as we talked about him being a potential target for the Buccaneers this upcoming offseason as we head closer to free agency. But with that said, just looking at the Buccaneers depth chart, cornerback is definitely an area of need where they got to improve the overall depth. I think they tried last year with adding guys like Javier Thomas, who was really good on special teams. They added Bryce Hall to be that third corner, but unfortunately, he goes down first game of the season. They added Jordan Whitehead to play safety, didn't have the year they were expecting from him. And you had Jamel Dean and McCollum taking, McCollum took a nice leap last year playing corner, starting full time and really did a good job. But to rely on guys like Josh Hayes and Tyreek Funderburk, who's an undrafted free agent, Josh Hayes, a 6th round pick, it was just so inconsistent on one side of the field outside of McCollum. And you're just asking a lot for that position. And that's where I see the Buccaneers finding ways to hopefully upgrade the depth. I would imagine they're going to draft a corner at some point, maybe even two corners. Probably look for a safety as well, but we'll get into that position in another video. But right now, I want to focus on corners and again, what will they do at that position? Most likely, it looks like Jamel Dean will probably be moved on from. There is an option where he comes back. Just granted on who becomes available at corner and what type of options are out there to explore. But looking at the free agents for the Buccaneers at corner, I don't think Troy Hill's coming back. They tried to bring him in and just didn't work out. Again, he got hurt. And you look at Javier Thomas, I wouldn't mind seeing him come back for like another 1 year deal. He was actually really good on special teams, has position flexibility, can play nickel or safety. So you like that option there as like being your fifth corner. And then Bryce Hall. I think Bryce Hall would be another good option to bring back as your third or fourth corner. Let's say they go out and get a Charvarius Ward. He's your number one with McCollum as your top two. You have Tyke Smith to come back and play nickel, and then probably Bryce Hall, and then potentially a draft pick. So that is a good group of corners right there. And that's what I would want to see the Buccaneers do, really strengthen that room where you feel good about at least your top 3 to 4 corners where you feel comfortable putting these guys in. And I think they have to do that because you look at like just the Eagles now winning the Super Bowl, their cornerback room was upgraded with the additions of Quinyon Mitchell. You had Darius Slay still there. You bring in Cooper DeJean. So there was just a lot more depth. And I think that's what the Buccaneers got to focus on. You look at Bryce Hall, again, has the size. He's still fairly young at 27. Some upside there with his game and his ability to play cover three in this defense and play some man coverage as well. So I think he would be probably a likely option to return for the Buccaneers. I think he would sign for another 1 year type of, prove it deal and see if he can bounce back and maybe he gets a better contract the following season. So that would be a move I would be interested. But some outside names to look at just to improve like the overall depth of this team. I'm looking at guys like Eric Stokes from the Packers. He's another guy who has had some injuries. He was injured. You look at his stats, didn't play much in 2022, and then 2023 he was out because of injury. But last year he came back and played, 17 games, and maybe he's someone that they look at, maybe could get for value. And he is still very young, only 25 years old. He has good size at 6'1". And his rookie season, he was pretty good as a player, 14 pass defense, has starting experience. So that is someone I would be intrigued by. Just to bring him in to the mix, have him compete, whether that be your third corner, be your third outside corner, or potentially fourth corner. Who knows? But he's someone that I would look at if the value is right. He would be definitely an intriguing name to be interested in for sure. And then lastly, I'm looking at Nate Hobbs from the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, another guy that's young, has outside inside versatility, has struggled. Again, this is like the common thing, has struggled with injuries in the past, but a lot of these corners have. I mean, that's just something you have to deal with. Um, but he's another one that would be another good addition because again, good size at 6 foot, 195 pounds, and can play inside or outside. So it gives you that versatility and that depth behind a Tyke Smith, or the ability to move Tyke Smith back to safety to pair next to Antoine Winfield. So adding a guy like Nate Hobbs, I would be very intrigued with. Again, if medicals and he's healthy, checks out, that would be a guy who could be someone of value and maybe can get a decent contract from the Bucs and come in here and either be your third or fourth cornerback on the team, and you just provide that depth. And that's something that the Buccaneers are definitely going to have to upgrade when looking at the cornerback position. I think that is going to be very important heading into this offseason. Obviously, we want to upgrade the quality at starter because you want to find an upgrade over Jamel Dean. You want to find better backups behind McCollum, and then your other starter, obviously Tyke Smith being your starting nickel, and then you want to find more depth behind those guys. So that's going to be important. I think that is something that Jason Light and company are going to look at heavily going into this offseason, and we'll see how it shakes out. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts of this cornerback room. What kind of moves can the Buccaneers make to improve the overall depth of this secondary? With that said, until the next one.